Or if maybe you printed it out, Tammy, that'll be great as well. You always do
I've
that.
got it.
Yeah,
I've
that's
got it too.
Oh, that's perfect. Hey, everyone, and welcome to Chef AJ and Friends. Well, my guests today are actually my friends for many years, dear friends, in fact. They're also friends with each other, and they collaborated on a brand new, amazing vegan cookbook called Cream Cheese and Crackers, Chips and Dips. And they put it in the 2025 Vegan Health Bundle, where for a mere price of $49, you can get over $5,500 worth of content from your favorite vegan chefs, influencers, doctors, and more when if purchased separately, it would be over $5,500. This is their brand new book, and they're going to show you some of the beautiful creations from the book. Please welcome Tami Kramer and Shayda Soleymani. How are you guys doing?
Doing great, AJ. Thanks for having us on today.
Well, thank you. And Shayda, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, and thank you again for having us on your show.
Absolutely. Well, you guys can just, whoever wants to go first, just talk about the book.
Well, Tammy, do you want me to go?
Sure, go.
Okay, so the reason that this ebook came together is because a friend of mine at the gym asked me to make a veggie cream cheese for her. And so I thought, okay, well, how am I going to make it for her? And then I came up with the veggie cream cheese. I had Rebecca, which you know, AJ, she tested it and she loved it. And so we took it on a road trip actually to come and see Tammy and you for my book launch. And that's how it all started. And Tammy and Tom really enjoyed the veggie cream cheese. And then I thought to myself, well, let me ask Tammy if she'd want to collaborate and we could create different, cream cheeses, chips, and dips. And she was all in. And I have to tell you guys, we have been having a wonderful, wonderful time doing this. Right, Tammy?
Oh, we sure did. And, we started thinking of all the different flavors that we could make, all the different possibilities. And then we started experimenting. So we have both savory and sweet cream cheeses and both savory and sweet dips as well. And we even have, like some of the dips can be dessert. And so it's a really fun way to make something new and exciting and different that's still healthy, but even your non-vegan friends can enjoy it because it's so creamy and delicious. Now, we do want to let you know that the cream cheeses are made with tofu. So if you do have a soy allergy, like AJ, you can now get pumpkin tofu. It's made from pumpkin seeds, and our Whole Foods has it. And if you don't have that available where you live, if you do a search on YouTube, you will find many people who have now created a mock tofu out of lentils or garbanzo beans and just a lot of different things, whole food plant-based tofu that isn't soy. So there, can be something for everyone in it.
That's
In
so cool.
addition, oh, go
That's
ahead, AJ.
So you're saying our Whole Foods at Roseville has the pump foo?
They do.
Okay, that's really cool because I've also heard they have hemp food, which is made out of hemp seeds, and that somebody told me yesterday there's a fava bean tofu now.
There is a fava bean tofu. Our Sprouts has that one, but I've never seen the pumpkin tofu. I'm going to go look for it. And the hemp tofu. That's really interesting.
That
Yeah,
is
I mean, it opens it up to so many people who have a soy allergy or
Absolutely.
don't like the taste of it. So yeah, there's a lot of different things that you can do. Now, in addition to that, because we know you need something healthy to enjoy these cream cheese and dips on, no point in making it healthy if you're going to go for, some really high fat crackers or something. And so we also have come up with crackers for you that you can make yourself that are super healthy. So I did make the Everything Bagel flax ones that you can see here, and they are really crisp and crunchy, and they're delicious, and they have no oil in them. They're salt-free, super easy to make. I did demonstrate them on my YouTube channel. It was either yesterday or the day before. So you can, go to Nutmeg Notebook YouTube if you want to see me making these. But in addition to that, and these are baked in the oven. And then Shayda, maybe you want to talk about your dehydrated ones.
Yeah, and I've made some tomato flax crackers and corn chips, and those are both, you will need to have a dehydrator for that one. Those are in the dehydrator. You need to put those in the dehydrator. They do take a little bit of time, especially the flax. The flax takes about, I don't remember, 12 to 14 hours before it like congeals and it really becomes like a cracker, but they're absolutely delicious. Or if you simply want, like for today, I didn't have time because I just came back from a trip. I went to Trader Joe's and I got these organic brown rice cakes. They're thin. And the only ingredient in here is just brown rice and sea salt. That's all that's in here. You could do it with that, or you could do it with the vegetables that we have. Or like Tami just says, she's also got ones that you can make in the oven. So, and one thing I want to point out, all of these or most of these have been tested on non-vegans, meaning like the two that I'm going to share with you guys today, non-vegans are, they all want this. Like my neighbor Ed wants the jalapeno one and my aunt wants the other one. So this is really great for you guys to serve at a party during the holidays, during football season, if you need some kind of a dip and crackers or something. I mean, they're just absolutely delicious. And there's something, I think, something for everyone.
Oh yeah, we have a wide variety of flavors for you. And then we also have, you know, if you don't want to go to all the work to make these fancier crackers in the dehydrator or in the oven, then we also have instructions on how to make your own pita chips, no oil, no salt. Also, you can use flatbread, and we show you or we teach you how to cut the flatbread and how you can put that in your oven and turn that into really delicious crackers. And you can get oil-free flatbread. So some of the Trader Joe's have it. Ours here does not.
Ours have it.
Yeah, yours does. And up here, ours doesn't in Northern California. But I do go to the Mediterranean grocery store. And when Shayda was here, she went with me and walked me through and showed me everything. It was a lot of fun. And they had a flatbread that was made with just whole wheat flour and salt and water. And so, and I made beautiful crackers out of that that everybody loved. So it's pretty easy. Now, everything is oil-free in our book. We do use some miso in the cream cheese recipes, but you can totally omit that if you don't want the sodium from the miso, and it will still taste really delicious.
Yeah. Nice. You know, I've been making crackers out of leftover juice pulp.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I used to do that all the time when I was juicing for my mom. Yeah.
Isn't that cool? Wow.
It is. I made them when I was juicing too. They were really good. And you feel good because you're using all of that. Nothing's going to waste.
Exactly.
So how did you guys collaborate on this book? Were you in different locations, the same locations? How did you come up with the recipes?
When I was visiting both of you guys for the book launch, Tami and I just put our heads together and we said, okay, what can we make? What can we do? So we just started popping ideas back and forth, some sweet, some savory. Oh, we could do this, we could do that. Then we started working on it. Like that, was it that day or the second day, Tami, that you made your sun-dried tomato? And I'm like, oh my God, this is delicious.
Yeah, it was the next day.
The next day, right?
Yeah, I was like, I'm thinking sun-dried tomato and basil would be good, which is what I have here. And it also has roasted garlic in it. It's super delicious. And, you know, we just lightly press the tofu. So we hope that you read the instructions well when you get the book, because if you press it longer than like 5 to 7 minutes, then your cream cheese will come out too dry. And
They'll be very dry. Because my aunt did it and she pressed it for like 10 or 12 minutes and she's like, this is dry. This is not creamy. So yeah, listen.
Yeah, so you don't want to over press it. So that's, you know, one tip when you get it. And you're probably going to want to make more than one flavor. Now, sometimes what I do, if it's just for Tom and I will actually cut 2 of the savory recipes in half. And I will just make half of 2 different kinds, and that works well. Now, one of my favorite sweet ones is the cinnamon raisin, and it freezes really well. So I will make a full batch of it and then I'll divide it up into 1/2 cup servings and put it in my freezer. And then we like to have that like on my quinoa banana oat muffins. It's delicious on Shayda's banana bread. You can put it on toast. You can put it on the crackers, apple slices, pear slices. It's good on a sliced banana. There's just so many different things that you can do with these, and kids like these as well because they're creamy and they're just so flavorful.
They're really good. And some of my friends, well, you know, AJ, Rebecca challenged me on 2 cream cheeses. She wanted me to make a strawberry cream cheese, and then she wanted to make, apparently, when she was younger, and I've never seen this or heard of it, they used to take a block of the Philadelphia cream cheese, and she said we'd unwrap it, flop it on top of a plate, and then they would get this jalapeno raspberry jam or whatever, and she goes, and we plop that on top of this cream cheese, and then we take a cracker and just go to town and just eat it. So I thought, okay, I got 2 challenges. So I worked on it for a while, and she came over and I made both of them, and I can't use the word she used because it's a naughty word, but she goes, you nailed it, basically. She goes, I cannot believe that you actually, for never having tasted the jalapeno cream cheese, you actually totally nailed it. And that was music. I mean, I was so excited. So some of the cream cheeses people did inspire us. Tami and I, we were on the phone a lot together going over these cream cheeses. Well, I did this and I did that. But one thing I want to tell you guys is when you guys are making this cream cheese and you're tasting it at the time that you're making it, the flavor is going to change by the time it sits in the refrigerator for the next day. So don't like, or you'll say, oh my God, this isn't the right sweetness. Leave it the way the recipe was written and then taste it the next day. And if you feel that you want it sweeter, spicier, whatever you want, then add the spice to it and mix it in. But if you do it at the beginning, it may not work. So the flavor does change once it sits overnight.
Good to know. There's a question from a live viewer. Jay would like to know, can you make crackers from Ezekiel wraps in an air fryer?
You could toast the Ezekiel. You could take an Ezekiel and put it in the Breville and toast it. And you have to keep an eye on it because you will burn it if you leave it in there too long. But yeah, you could.
Yeah.
Why not?
Good.
And
Nice.
there's a lot of different things that you can use for that. So you asked us, how did we put the recipes together? So we did make a list, and then we divided the list, and Shayda took certain flavors and I took certain flavors, and then, we would text or call each other and talk about it. But then she did come back in July. She came back and visited, and then we worked on some flavors together. And so that was really fun. And, like sometimes we just set our phones up. She's in her kitchen in Southern California, and I'm in my kitchen in Northern California. And we're both cooking and just chatting while we cook, which we did last night. And that was really fun.
Which we did last night, absolutely.
Which is the favorite recipe in the book of Tom and of your grandchildren?
Do you have a favorite? Oh, you like the basil? Tom says he likes the tomato basil, and the kids like the cinnamon raisin.
Makes sense. What's your favorite one, Shayda?
Mine has to be the jalapeno lime cream cheese.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that sounds good. You have a lot of recipes in there. I can read. You have pumpkin pie dip, snickerdoodle dip, Mexican chocolate hummus, Mediterranean yogurt sauce with sumac. Oh, that sounds really good. What do you put that on?
You can put that on top of rice. You can put that on top of your beans. You can put that on top of your potatoes. You can. I mean, there's a lot that you can do with that. We back in the day, what you would take that and put that on was meat, like the kebabs and stuff. But since we're not doing that anymore, you can put it on all your different potatoes, and you can put it on your vegetables. I mean, it's delicious. It's really good.
That sounds good. Your presentations are so pretty. Do you have any tips or tricks on how to make, almost looks like a charcuterie board?
You do, you make a charcuterie board. I mean, I made this one, and I've got the jalapeno cream cheese in the middle, and I've got cauliflower, broccoli, mini bell peppers. I've got some grapes. So that's my charcuterie board. I'm sure Tammy's is lovely as well.
Yeah, something similar. I like to add a little bit of fruit to it. Even the savory dips are also good on some apple slices. I usually will do apple slices. Pears, if I have ripe pears, are also good. Of course, my crackers. Here comes Tom. He's sneaking in. I didn't cut any up, but I also like raw zucchini, just cut in rounds and have that out as well. And you can do one savory board, and then you can do a sweet board as well, and just have a lot of fresh fruit with one of our sweet dips. And that's really fun. Or the sweet dip one is also great for dessert as well. Really fun to take to a picnic, a party, if you're serving a buffet, and this can also be an appetizer. So lots of different times to enjoy it. And it's very easy to make, and you can make it the day ahead and then just put it in the refrigerator, and you're good to go. And it doesn't take long to make. These are pretty simple recipes to make.
I would imagine that they could almost be spreads for people making Lissa's wraps.
Well, we
You
do
could.
show that also
Yeah, yeah.
in the book. And so you can take your flat bread, and I think I have a picture of that. I don't know if it's on here or not. I have a picture of it. And so I do that. I'll take flat bread, or I'll take my, a big collard green, and I will smear that over either the wrap or the collard green, and then add all my veggies and so forth. Yes, it's that one. Tom found it.
If I can pull this up or not.
Get it over there.
There.
There's a wrap.
There it is.
Nice. Well, the garlic and herb cream cheese almost sounds like my favorite cream cheese from Whole Foods called Tree Line.
It's really good. That one. I honestly, AJ, there's not one that we don't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're all delicious. They're all unique. And on the ones that I use the jalapenos, go with the minimum first, and then if you want it spicier, you can always, add more to it. But they're good. They're all really, really simple and delicious.
In one of your recipes, you call for Benson's Table Taste. See, if somebody can't get that product, maybe because they live somewhere else, would you just substitute maybe some miso?
You could substitute it with miso, or I would substitute it with miso, because if you go with a different type of a salt substitute, the flavor may change.
So if it's 1 tablespoon to 1 tablespoon, or if it's miso, do you
No,
maybe?
I would go, if you're going for the miso, I would go maybe 1 teaspoon, or maybe even half a teaspoon. I wouldn't do 1 tablespoon of miso. That's way too much.
How do you guys press your tofu, and is it necessary to press your tofu for making these dips?
It is, because if not, it's going to be really watery. And I have a tofu press. I don't know what it's called, the X tofu press, and I just put it in there, and I leave it in for about 5 to 7 minutes, get all the water out, and then I use it.
So, and if you don't have, I have a tofu press too, but if you don't have one, you can just put a kitchen towel on a plate or some paper towels, and then put another plate over the top of that, and put another towel on top of it. And then, if you have like a cast iron skillet or a heavy Dutch oven or something, you can put that on top, and because it's only for like 5 minutes. And oh, there's my tofu press.
Oh, Tom found it. I have to think.
Tom found it. Yeah, so this is the one that I use. It works great. I've had it for years, and it does a really good job. So, but you don't have to have it. You can, do the plate method, and that works well too.
Great, nice to know. Well, thank you. I know what I want to ask both of you. What do you enjoy in the bundle other than your book? You can each answer that.
Okay, I'll go. One of my favorite things in the bundle is the ebook by Dr. Lori Marvis and Brittany Jarudi, How to Lower Your Cholesterol. And she spends a lot of time going through how to do it. And she even gives you a protocol of like what to follow, how to do it, what to take supplement wise. and she gives you all that. And then Brittany does a wonderful bunch of recipes. So that's one of my favorites. And of course, I love the Dr. McDougall, the legacy of Dr. McDougall. Tim Kaufman has a wonderful, wonderful ebook in there. Broccoli Mom is another one that has some wonderful things. And someone I wasn't familiar with before, but now I'm starting to get familiar with is Bill Kramer. He's got some really good recipes in there. And in fact, I just made his brownie cherry recipe and I posted it this morning. And I took that to pickleball and everybody just loved it. And these guys are not vegan at all. And they thought they were eating a regular brownie that I just had made because they don't know about my background. And so that's a testament to how good that recipe was. And I'm learning a lot of different recipes in here and meeting a bunch of new people, which I am super excited about. So you guys, if you get this bundle, you are not going to be disappointed by any means.
I agree. I agree. And what about you, Tami? What do you like in the bundle?
Well, I've been cooking a lot from the bundle, as you well know. Chef Julia's Whole Food Plant-Based Cookie Book, which you got to enjoy some of those cookies as well. And those were delicious. Kathy Hester's Plant-Based Pizza. I made 2 different types of pizza and 2 of her oat-based mozzarella cheeses. They were fabulous. It was really fun. I have videos of that on my YouTube channel. And then Tim Kaufman's Veggie Burgers made easy. I made his Santa Fe burgers, and Tom and I just loved them. And it made a big batch of like a dozen, so I froze 6 of them. And then Raw Food Romance from her burger book today. I made her classic nut burger and a sweet corn salad. And I'm actually going to be showing that at 3:30 on my Nutmeg Notebook YouTube channel. But then the non-food items are really great too. So Raw Food Romance has a whole course on meditation. And so I'm really looking forward to giving that a try. You know, a lot of positive things come out of doing meditation. And I need guided meditation because when I try to do it on my own, I'm not so good at sticking with it. And then there's also one ebook all about affirmations. So I thought that is a really cool thing. Yoga, strength training. I love Chef Bravo's cooking classes. I actually paid for his cooking classes and took them, and they are amazing. So whether you already are pretty proficient in the kitchen, or you're just learning how to cook, or you're just learning how to do whole food plant-based, he takes you all through the basics. They're beautifully done, and I learned so much. And in fact, our daughter and our grandkids watched the videos with me. They were so
wow.
they were so entertaining. They loved it as much as I did. Then there's a couple of people who have batch cooking. There's a couple people who have a whole food plant-based pantry guide for you. There's 2 travel ebooks, which I thought were really great. One is from Raw Food Romance, and even they're raw, but even though they are raw and I'm not all raw, so many of their recipes and their ideas for traveling were perfect. And then there's also, I think you had her on, AJ, I can't think of her name right now, the gal who travels on a bicycle. And she travels.
Janet, the plant-powered
Janet, yeah.
peddler.
Yeah, and so she travels on a bicycle and does whole food plant-based. So check out hers too, because these people have really great ideas that we can also adapt. And then there's quite a few things that were geared towards children. There's a book that has some black and white pages for kids to color in and talking all about fruits and vegetables and the importance of them and what you're benefiting from those. And so you could print those pages and let your kids color those in and teach them about the fruits and vegetables. And then there was another book that was all about like packing lunches and stuff. And things geared towards kids. So I thought that was really good. There's a huge variety that there's something in it for everyone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see if there's any more questions for you guys. And yeah, that's one great thing about Tami is like you go through the bundle with a fine-tooth comb. You could just say, "Hey Tami, what are the best recipes and what should I make?" You know?
Well, I do like to go through it, and on the first day, we always do like a 2 hour video on our YouTube channel where we do take everybody through and show everyone everything that's in the bundle so that, then, and if I've already previewed it or made something, I let you know about that. And it makes it really fun. And on Sunday, the day before the bundle ends, Tom and I are going to do the Kale Awards that afternoon. So
Have fun.
yeah, it'll be fun. We do Kale Awards and we make awards for the different items that are in the bundle. We can't do all 83. There's too many, but we'll pick some of our favorites and we'll highlight those, and that'll be on our YouTube channel.
Well, I can't wait because the Oscars I found were so boring this year. I really look forward to your show.
Well, we'll try to be entertaining.
No, you
We
really
try.
are. I mean, that was what really the most clever thing. You should get an award for most clever bundle presentation.
There you
Yeah,
go.
well, because last year, just like this year, the bundle was around the time of the Oscars, and that idea just came to me, and I was like, we should have an Oscar party, but do it for the bundle. And but then we found out, we legally were not allowed to say Oscars or call it Oscars or anything, and so we thought, okay, then it's the Kale Awards. So
That's wonderful.
if you guys want to know what time we're doing that, go to nutmegnotebook.com and just subscribe. You'll get on our email list, and my husband Tom will send out an email and let you know what time we're going to go live and do that. And it'll be fun. And we dress up for it, and it's kind of a fun night.
Great. Well, thank you both so much.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you,
Of
AJ.
course.
It was
And
fun.
Of course. And if you want to get the bundle from Shayda or Tami or both, there's a link below in the chat and the show notes. Okay, got one more show today. Thanks, guys, so much. Your book is beautiful.
Bye, honey.
Thanks,
Bye,
thanks
Shayda.
everybody.
Bye, Tami.
Bye-bye.
And thanks all of you for watching another episode of Chef AJ and Friends. Please come back in just a few minutes as I reset the broadcast studio for our last show of the day with Samantha Salmon. She's going to